Hi friends, so today we are going to check on the factors that determine the cost of bill of quantities or POQ in estimation and costing. So the first one is availability of electricity, water and materials. So the distance of the building, materials and accessibility to electricity and water will determine the final price of the building. This will determine the transportation cost and other logistics. So if the water and electricity are available, so this simply means the final cost will be cheaper compared to when the water and electricity is far away. Next, nature and type of soil. So the type and nature of soil will determine the excavation cost as well as the depth of foundation to the slab level. This will affect the overall cost of the building. So when the soil is appropriate, that means it is more cheaper to construct a building compared to maybe we have soil which is very too soft. So we will need to do more excavation for stability of the building. Next, we have location of the site. Location of construction site will determine the final cost since prices of materials vary depending on the terrain of land and whether it is urban or rural area. So we'll learn that most houses or buildings that are located in rural areas are far much cheaper. Reason number one is availability of the materials. Most of the natural materials like sand and building stones, timber are readily available in rural areas compared to urban areas. Also, the cost of transportation of these materials will be now cheaper because the distance is smaller. Another factor is an urban area tends to have expensive materials compared to rural areas. Reason of the cost in urban areas is because we have higher prices is because due to the issue of land rates and whatever that will hike the price of the materials. But in rural areas, things are far much cheaper. Next, we have terrain of land. So terrain, assuming you are building your house in a hilly area and another person is building on a flat area. So probably the person building on a flat area will use very few amount of money in terms of excavation and also finding the leveling of the foundation to the slab level. So those are not the only factors, but the few factors that determine the cost of BOQ. So the next video will be about the components of a POQ. Most people are asking me what are the components, how do you make a POQ. So we'll come next time with the components of a POQ so that it will be very easier for you to calculate the POQ. Thank you.